Hello and greetings from Philadelphia. We're coming to you a little early with something a little unorthodox to give you a sneak preview as to why donating to this cause is very worthy. Now, last year, we were the bells of the ball. Last year, we were the media at Bravocon. It's what I like to call guerrilla marketing. You are donating to this guerrilla marketing campaign to not only keep this show going, but to move this show where you've always wanted it to be on Bravo. Because Andy Cohen will be retiring and the new face of the network will be of color, and it should be us.
Yes. And greetings from New York, y'all. This is just a little appetizer before PopRoast tomorrow. We are just getting the word out that we are crowdsourcing for Bravocon 2025. Now, it is in the chat, it is pinned, and I just want to read it for those of you who have not, because I took some time into writing this, so I want to let y'all know what it says. It says, "Hey, y'all, the time has come, and Chris and Alex have their sights set on attending Bravocon 2025, and we humbly ask your help to get there. As dedicated content creators and Housewives recappers, we want to not only attend this event, but be able to document and recap it for our supporters to enjoy and more. Unlike other content creators who have the means, privilege, and access to attend, we don't got that. We ain't got it." So we are crowdsourcing as a way to get in the building. You want to add something before
I was going to say, we've proven that when we get in the building, we shut it down.
Right. As many of you are aware, we don't see many content creators that look like us at these events, and it would be great to have our perspectives heard as well. From our past crowdsourcing, from the last BravoCon, to even getting me to Miami for that little
Fan fest.
Fan Fest. Thank you. I mean, I think when I asked Andy about Kenya being on the show, that was the first time it was confirmed.
It was. It
Yeah.
was.
So from past crowdsourcing, Chris and Alex have proven that when they attend, they show up and show out. And look, you were featured in Beverly Hills, and that wouldn't have happened if if y'all didn't get us to BravoCon that year.
Kyle wouldn't have had a plot line if we weren't at BravoCon. Kyle wouldn't have had anything to pick a fight with Dorit about. What would she have done?
Mm-hmm. So basically, the VIP tickets are $1,400 plus tax. And
Plus
yeah,
fees.
I marked it at basically $1,600 a ticket. So basically, we want to get to $3,200 just to get in the door. Anything else that would be travel and lodging. I think I explained that on my channel too. Every dollar helps, and no contribution is too small. And thank y'all so much. And yeah,
This is like a Beyonce concert. That's what these prices are. They act like they got Beyonce up in there, and she really gonna be giving it to her with the good wig glue.
So currently, y'all, we are at 1125, and yeah, we're almost there to 3,200. That's we're 2,075 away.
Y'all really don't play. Y'all don't play about us, BravoCon. Y'all don't play. You're like, no, we get it. Cause who the 1,600 a damn ticket?
Right.
Who the hell? Who we've been. Don't nobody like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of the people I was sitting outside and having cigarettes with last year. At least this year, I'll have quit smoking. None of them seemed, well, there were the retired people. There were the retired people that just wanted to meet Luann. Luann, who couldn't even vote properly. Let's not forget that. I was watching a clip of Housewives of New York, and she pled the fifth. And I was like, that's right. That's right. I'm glad you have alcoholism. I'm glad your liver is beginning to ferment.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want you around for the next election.
Oh, goodness.
I don't.
But thank you, y'all. Like the donations are really coming in now. We just got another 20. Thank you so much. So this is just basically, our little mini telethon while we kiki right now.
And I'm going to give you a little example of what happens with Chris and myself at Bravocon, because this is called disrespectful questions. And you see, we need this magical gentleman here to keep me from asking disrespectful questions.
Yes, that is my purpose.
Now, I would ask Kyle this year, how does it feel to have chased your husband off with your lesbonics? You could have let him and yourself continue to cheat in peace, but you wanted to eat pussy in public. Do you
See,
regret your choice?
that is when you would be escorted out the building. So we can rephrase this question. How about you ask? How about you ask her? Um, have you always been forthright with Mauricio with your attraction to women?
Well, that honestly, now here's what I will say. She said publicly, um, this was something new. I will give her credit for that. When she came out and said, I told my daughters, she said, like, this was something new. And I've definitely heard a lot of guys say, like, I didn't think about this when I was in my 20s, but now that I'm in my 40s, I've definitely, so I ain't going, I'm gonna let her alone on that. On that, I will give her space to breathe.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we can clean that question up a little bit.
My next question for Kyle. Is it good to see me again?
Yeah, she probably won't recognize you.
Yes, she will. Yes, that heifer will. And Teddy will too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask her, does Teddy Mellencamp appreciate me bringing her up and having her as a plot point for half of season of 14 and the reunion of season 13? You clearly remember because you kept talking about my clip, using my clip, airing my clip.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, Dorit, you said I was a troll, and I'm going to put on, I should bring a troll doll wig just for her. Put a troll doll wig on just for her.
So, in that
question for Dorit. Now, you called me a troll, but your husband had troll teeth until you got them fixed. When are you going to get your children's teeth fixed to make sure that doesn't happen to them?
See, again, you would get escorted out. Again, escorted out. Well,
Dorit, do you think that calling people trolls led you to the bad luck in your marriage you had this year?
I don't know. I would probably ask Dorit. What attracted you to PK? What?
Oh, God. Hey, that is the best question ever. It says it all without saying anything. I'm going to need you to ask that. I'm going to need you to ask that. Oh my, amen. 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 Ask the heifer now.
I'm assuming Sutton might be there, but I'm gonna have a question for Bose. I might have to ask her about the backlash. Probably gonna ask Sutton, like, how does it feel to be in this situation with Garcelle right now?
Or rather, not in a situation with Garcelle right now.
Mm-hmm. I would like to ask, can we get to Atlanta? Because all of them chemistry there.
Oh, good. Oh,
I would
yes.
love to ask Angela Oakley. Just watching the show back now, like, do you do you see how Charles can talk to you? Like, does this bother you? Has he seen himself? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I wouldn't let my husband talk to me any kind of way, but
You would let
then
your
again,
husband?
what?
You would let your husband talk to you
I
any
say
kind of?
I wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, depending on how close he is to death, because the closer you get to death, the more honorary you are. So maybe his polyps are acting up. Because I'd say you're sounding like your polyps are acting up. You must be stage 4. That's why you're acting like this.
Well, I think a better question would be, Angela, are you staying for the life insurance? I think that's enough to say without saying a lot.
And the retirement. And
And
the
the
retirement.
retirement. I had a lot of people defending him, just saying that, like, oh, he's just being real on camera. I'm like, he's being a real asshole on camera.
Bingo.
Like, she's basically Robin Dixon. Well, more interesting, but they have the same type of marriage where it's like every time you saw Juan and Robin, like Juan, like just seemed like he just was not interested in Robin.
As a human being.
Charles doing the same. Like he barely wanted to kiss her and couldn't even say he loved her in the confessional with her next to him. And they're married. Like they're not even separated like Juan and Robin were.
Yeah, that's one of them buddy ass marriages.
Mm.
Oh, Joel said, Portia, how do you feel about marrying and divorcing a millionaire and ain't got shit to show? Now, this is your second failed marriage for financial gain. What is it about you and your lack of vaginal discernment that keeps you behind the 8 ball and on your back foot? Now, you can be violent as you want to women, but it seems like men are always able to take advantage of your ignorance. And I would say your naivete, but you're damn near 50. That's been gone.
Well, that's a disrespectful question.
She's a disrespectful woman, especially to marriage.
I just think maybe she get a lot of her habits from Diane.
I want to ask Andith Denise about Atlanta. Do you regret overworking Nene when you knew her husband was going to pass, therefore ruining the star of your own show? Do you wish that you had put her on pause like you've done for white women?
Right. Escorted out. I'm going to look at some disrespectful questions from the audience. Liam writes, a disrespectful question to Sheree. How does it feel to have a clothing line so bad and poorly priced, structured, and produced that even TJ Maxx won't have it on their discount racks? Let me see. There was another one. How do you feel about marrying a man that Charles Barkley slapped in the face? I did not know that. Did not know that. Kyle, you don't regret launching your relationship with Morgan on the show, so why pretend? I feel like I'm just looking at some more. Oh, those are it.
I would ask Kelly, when are you going to grow up, as in away from the floor? I'm tired of looking for you inch high private eye.
She's vertically challenged, and it's brought up a lot this season. So I think that's another disrespectful question.
Kelly, why is the most talked about thing your lack of height? Well, I guess, is it because of your lack of plot line?
I will say she was like she started out so strong, and now like her and Britt are kind of just fading in the background.
She's a premature ejaculation.
Oh goodness.
Kelly, How are you going to deal with your daughter when she realizes mommy has a different face and I have her original face? Are you going to give her your new face with surgery, or is she going to wear your old face with pride?
I want to know about her food because a lot of people have been saying that the food was like mediocre.
It's a restaurant in Atlanta. I'm not expecting much.
Well,
I have a question. Um, Actually, where is a good place to eat in Atlanta? Because I ain't never heard in all my years of reporting of a good restaurant in Atlanta. All think about it. Think about it.
there's
All
good
the years
restaurants.
we what?
There's good restaurants in Atlanta.
All the years we have been reporting, we've heard about the high blood pressure, high bacterial food of Old Lady Gang. We've heard about one ptomaine incident after another. We've heard about we've bullets and biscuits, but we've never heard about good food coming out of Atlanta. Not recently, not in the past 15 years.
Well, Houston's used to be good. I remember that. Oh my God, do not say the Varsity, that hot dog place. I went there one time
You
ever.
know what? I've never heard anything bad about Dennis's hot dog, and it does seem to be passed around all of greater Atlanta Metro. Everyone seems to take a
Well,
bite.
Two Urban Licks is in Atlanta. That's a good restaurant. The Optimist, Barcelona Bar is really good. Like there's places you just gotta look. It's just we always see the places with the grass on the wall and then like the hookahs at the table. That these are the restaurants that you need to stay away from.
Who has food with hookah?
You would be very surprised. The whole Atlanta
That's
hookah,
why the
yeah.
food's mediocre. You can't taste nothing because your taste buds is burnt from the damn hookah.
Um, Let me see. Y'all have a lot of questions now. I just need one of you to ask Shamia how her limited career in background character acting makes her a better actress than Drew, since she wants to compare acting and vocals.
Well, I feel like just because Shamia hasn't had a chance to be as inferior as Drew doesn't mean that she can't rise to the occasion. I too think Shamia could be in a Tubi movie, but I don't think she would be any better than Drew. I mean, look at her piss poor acting on this show.
Mm.
I would also ask Portia, do you regret leaving Dennis for Florida Evans?
All right.
Do you think that being the pretty one in the relationship will secure you fidelity? Because it hasn't so far. Every time you sleep with an ugly man, he treats you as ugly as his face is. Cordell, Dennis, Esther. They've all treated you like the dirt underneath their shoe. Why don't you date someone attractive? Are you then afraid that you'd have to bring personality and intelligence to the table, things that you just don't have?
Let's see. Kyle, do you use Windex or a home recipe to clean your glass closet? Ooh, you would get escorted out. Escorted out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Salt Lake City is going to be there. I'm very excited for
Ooh.
that.
Mary, all of the negative things you've said about Black people and your child ended up in rehab. Do you think that was God's way of telling you to shut up? Because
Yeah.
everything's a message from the Lord with you. So maybe that's your testimony to realize, you know what, let me not put boards in other people's eyes when I got a plank in mine. Let me sweep around my own front door. What's that Negro spiritual? Stay in your lane. Stop swerving. Stay in your lane. Stop
Y'all see that?
swerving.
Y'all see what I'm dealing with at Bravocon? Like,
And
I need to
I'm
feel,
like this all day. Because my
and we
goal
have,
is to get him to crack up.
and we can't do different panels because I'm nervous. Like for that last question, not only would you get escorted, you would be banned. And I can't. I gotta then pretend like I don't know you. Lifetime ban. I would have said maybe, Mary, you've said a lot of problematic things, not just about Black people, but, Asians, Latinos. How is it that, you try to call the other ladies out for their ignorance when you do just the same? Something.
When you have a son on opioids that lives in the home, why couldn't you keep that fresh-tailed hussy away from him?
See,
Was she in your congregation? Are there pills in your pews?
moving on. What would you ask Meredith Marks?
Why is the only person interesting in your family your husband?
Mm.
Why did you send your son to NYU, but he couldn't get a job after graduation? Even though you spent money funding his fashion line, which Sheree couldn't even get off the ground, but no one bought it. Even with Bravo full free press and promotion. How does it feel to have a son that defines white mediocrity for a gay generation?
Scored it out. About Lisa.
Who?
Guys,
I forgot all about her. Are you grateful that your religion frowns on divorce because you know that's the only way you're able to keep your husband with you?
There's got to be one person. What about Bronwyn?
Bronwyn, what are you wearing to his funeral? I know you've already got it picked out.
My God, you.
I mean, that's going to be a funeral, honey. That's going to be the funeral. I know I would wear. What would I wear if that was my husband? What would I wear to the funeral? It would be a beach funeral on my private island. Or we take a yacht. You know what? Black linen shirt, black linen shorts, no shoes, gold anklets on both ankles like I'm Carlton, not Banks. And new diamonds. As I scatter his ashes in the Caribbean. At St. Bart's. I would scatter his ashes at the most beautiful place on earth, and I would always come back to visit. That's my husband. I would go to his grave every year and celebrate his life.
Well, thank y'all for the support in the GoFundMe. We just got another donation. Appreciate it. Again, if you want to donate, it is at the very top of the live chat. You can click it. $1, $5. We appreciate it.
Andy Denise Cohen. Why is it that you can't reboot a show to save your life? Are you truly a one-trick pony? Do you realize that maybe you are too old and too out of touch to do this job, that you no longer speak for the majority of the audience?
Yeah. Can you try again? Something else?
Andith Denise, you said that you believe in the women of Housewives of New York, but clearly the viewing audience doesn't. Why do you keep thrusting these women upon us when we clearly don't want to see them?
Someone said Married to Medicine. You would be reunited with Heavenly.
I've I'm not reunited. We did our show. She said shit about gay men, so I talked about her ass son. And that's it. I have no real beef with the heifer. I just want to know, are you power washing your house yearly?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any respect for her. Dr. Jackie, do you realize that the diet that you like to prescribe is very close to an eating disorder?
Oh my God.
Why is it that you would rather women be anorexic than obese?
Oh, good grief.
Dr. Simone, now that your children have graduated,
Here we go.
when are you going to let Cecil go and become the lesbian you've always wanted to be? Because I know she could make a woman come just yelling in the pussy. Loud as she is, I could see that could be a new type of vibrator. What?
Oh my God. We are just like, y'all, we need $100 donation just for that question, just for that. $100 donation just for that. Crazy.
You know what? I think we can end it here. I think we can end it here. Y'all go donate. Thank you so much. This has been fabulous. We're Alexander and Chris, and we will see you at Bravocon. Bye, y'all.